Right. So the first way i-distance formula esiza ngayo, it's when we actually required to calculate i-coordinate elishodayo uma ukuthi i-distance uyinikeziwe, okay? So let us look at this particular instance. We've got, okay, and we are told to calculate the possible values of t if the length of db is root 26, okay? So in this case sinikeziwe ke distance, right? And therefore kuthiwa ake sicalculate ke ama values are possible ka t, okay? Right, cool. So into yalesiyenze ke la, we just make use of the distance formula concept, okay, to calculate our missing coordinates, okay? So we know that our formula, right, it's x2 minus x1, okay, all squared, plus y2 minus y1 all squared, right? So then I guess denote. So sino x1 la, sino y1 la payana, sibe no x2, sibe no y2 la payana. Furthermore, we are also given a distance, so lo u-d wethu lo simtsheliwe ukuthi distance yethu bani u-square root of 26, okay? So uma ukuthi unikezwe i-distance wanikezwa ama-coordinates kushoda elilodwa, then la ubona khona i-distance you plug in your distance. So in other words, la sibona khona u-d, so faka nje u-root 26, right? This will be equals to i-square root of, okay? And then nangaka right futhi uzofakela konke nakho bese ungenakho kubo ukuthi kuyasala khona, and therefore we're going to be working from there, okay? So u-x2 wethu, right, x2 wethu in this case uyena u-t, so soba no t minus u-x1 wethu, okay, x1 wethu ubani u-negative 3, right? So sibe no minus 3 la, okay, and then sivala ama-brackets ethu, and then all this is actually squared, all right? Sibe no plus into u-y2 wethu uba u-y2 wethu u1 minus u-y1 wethu obani o2 respectively, and then all this is squared, guys, all right? So at this stage, can we just get rid of our square root signs, okay? Then we know from algebra we can get rid of our root signs by actually squaring both sides. So squarisha ngala, squarisha ngala. So right, so after squaring both sides, once you square, what happens is square root siyasuka. So we're going to be left with 26, right? Elingana, and then on this side here, square root uzosuka 40 again, right? So basically ut minus into minus 3, right? And all this is squared, and then plus 1 minus 2, and then all squared, okay? So let us just quickly do our math, okay? So last over 26, okay? Elingana, and then here, sizoba no t, then negative times negative, because we can see here we've got our signs 8, and then we've got our brackets. So it's negative times negative. This will give us a plus 3 all squared, all right? And then last, sibe no 1 minus 2, right? So this gives us a negative 1 all squared, all right? So I'll square this again quickly. So 26 is equals to, right? In Kati, we are quite familiar with how you can actually easily square this, okay, without actually expanding our brackets out too. So the first thing you do is you square your first term, okay? So you say t squared, so that will give you t squared beautifully. Then the second step is you multiply your terms inside your brackets, and then you multiply your final answer by 2. So t times positive 3 is positive 3t, then positive 3t times 2, that's actually positive 6t, right? And then lastly, you square your last term, uzoba no positive 3 squared, ube no bani, no positive 9, okay? Then nagalapayana first, we've got a negative 1 all squared, that will give you a positive 1, so that will be plus 1 respectively, all right? So therefore, I'll just bring everything on one side, so I'll have my 0 being equals to t squared plus 6t, okay? Let me just add these together, 9 plus 1, that will give me plus 10. Then I transpose that to other side, passing about no minus 26, okay? So I've got my like terms again there, so no 0 is equals to t squared plus 6t, and then look ngoba kuyafana, then I can just look at it together. So positive 10 minus 26, uba loyo minus 16 respectively, all right? So therefore, I can see I've got a beautiful quadratic equation la. So no 0 ke is equals to sivula bracket 8 out 2 to basically solve for t, right? There's in the right. Then says okay, so no t laphayana, sibe no t nalaphayana, okay? Then lapho would be like, okay, since no minus la, so it means I'm assigning it to ngekazafane. We'll have a plus, and we've got a minus there. And then since no plus la, effect enkulu is going to be positive, okay? Then athi ama factors ka 16, right? Engizothi menga multiply anginikeze the actual 16. And then menga add noma ngwa minus anginikeze this 6 over here. Then ngiyazi ukuthi ubani u8 no 2 loyo, okay? Then because no positive la, so it means isign yethu effect enkulu will take this positive sign. So therefore so no plus 8 on this side, sibe no bani no minus 2 on this side over there, okay? So as I get from here, you take one factor, equate it to 0, and take the other factor, equate it to 0 as well, and then you transpose it. So therefore, uthi wethu wokuqala uzolingana nobani no minus 8 noma uthi wethu esibili alingane nobani no positive 2, guys. Okay, so it's either uthi wethu minus 8 noma uthi wethu ubani positive 2. So hence bathe calculate the possible values, right, of t if length kabani ka dp is equals to square root of 26, okay? So nalona guys nivumelekile ukuthi ke you can skip a couple of steps, okay? Mubona ukuthi khona ungakwenza within one step kodwa kuukuthi usalandela yona imithetho, you free to do so, okay? Just that I wanted ukuthi kule example le ngicacise ngiveze konke for each and every individual lapho emakhaya, okay? Alright, cool. So siyabona ukuthi it's either t wethu minus 8 noma t wethu u2, okay? But then sesibuka ke nje basically kulo line wethu, okay? So we've got to x already laphana o minus 3. And then lo x wethu siwuthola ngala ngaka right of le straight line lesi, okay? So uT wethu siyabona ke la ukuthi umele i-x value, okay? But then in this case here, if kuthi x wethu lapha no minus 3, it means minus 8 will be somewhere on the left hand side, right? Because the more shona le ngaka left, right, it means therefore x wethu uzoya ngokuncipha. So but because uT wethu is more on the right hand side, so it means between minus 8 no 2, then uT wethu uzoba bani uzoba u2, okay? So therefore our t is going to be equals to 2 respectively, guys, right? That's yabona ukuthi ngenxa ukuthi ungaka right, and the more uya ngaka right, the more x bakho bekhula. It ma ukuthi x wethu negative 3 laphayana, then it means x wethu in this case uzoba bani uzoba u2 if we were to choose between labo x laba bo 2, because uT umele our x value, okay? Right, cool. So sesizobuka ke our second example.